everyone, today's video is about when he breaks up with you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. You wake up to the sound of your phone ringing. Groggily, you reach over and answer it, still half asleep. Hey, Wayan. Bakugou's voice comes through the phone, and you can tell that something is off. What's wrong? You ask, your heart pounding in your chest. Bakugou is never one to beat around the bush. I need to talk to you. Can we meet up later today? He says, his voice serious. Your stomach drops as you hang up the phone. Something is definitely wrong, and you can't shake the feeling that it's not going to be a good news. As you get ready for the day, your mind races with possibilities. What could it be? A fight with his parents? Trouble at work? That was all you could come up with. By the time you meet up with Bakugou later that day, you're a nervous wreck. You've gone over every possible scenario in your head, but nothing could have prepared you for what he's about to say. As you sit across from Bakugou, you can feel the tension in the air. He's been quiet since you arrived, and you're starting to feel like he's avoiding eye contact. What's going on? You finally ask, breaking the silence. I don't know how to say this, but I think we need to break up. He says, his voice barely above whisper. Your heart sinks as his words sink in. You feel like your world is crashing down around you. How could he want to end things between you two? What do you mean? You ask, trying to keep your voice steady. It's just, I don't think we're right for each other anymore. He explains, still avoiding your gaze. I've been thinking about it for a while now, and I just can't ignore how I'm feeling. You're devastated. You couldn't imagine your life without him, and the thought of being alone felt suffocating. But you didn't want to beg him to stay either. I understand. You say, your voice cracking. If that's what you think is best, then I guess I have to accept. Bakugou finally looks up at you, his expression pained. I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you, he says. But the damage is already done. You stand up from the table and walk away, feeling like a part of you has been ripped away. The walk home feels endless, and when you finally make it back to your apartment, you collapse on the couch, tears streaming down your face. How could everything fall apart so quickly? You thought you and Bakugou had a future together. But now that future seems shattered. You don't know how to move on from this, but you know that you'll have to try. Days pass, and you try to go about your life as normal. But it's hard to shake the feeling of emptiness that has settled in your chest. You go to work, spend time with your friends, but you can't help but think about Bakugou and what went wrong. You try to distract yourself by throwing yourself into your hobbies and going out with friends more often, but nothing seems to help. The pain of losing him is still too fresh, and you can't help but wonder if things could have been different. It's been a few weeks since the breakup when Bakugou calls you out of the blue. Hey, he says, his voice hesitant. I know it's been a while, but can we talk? You feel your heart race at the sound of his voice. Part of you wants to ignore his call, but another part of you is desperate for answers. Sure, you say, trying to keep your voice steady. What do you want to talk about? I know I hurt you, he says, his voice sincere. And I want to make it right. Can we meet up? You hesitate for a moment, but then agree to meet him later that day. As you sat across from him, once again, you can't help but feel a mix of emotions: anger, sadness, confusion. It's all there. What do you want to say? You ask, bracing yourself for whatever he might have to say. I want you again, he says, his voice firm. I've realized that I made a mistake. You mean everything to me, and I can't imagine my life without you. You feel your heart racing at his words, but you're not ready to let him off the hook so easily. What changed? You ask, your voice cold. What makes you think that things will be different this time? Bakugou takes a deep breath, as if steeling himself. I've realized that I was taking you for granted, he says. I thought that being with you just was easy, but it's not. It takes work, and I'm willing to put in that work now. I'm sorry for hurting you. I was stupid, and I'll do whatever it takes to make things up. You can tell that he's not lying, but you're not sure if you're ready to trust him again. I need time to think. I can't just forget everything that happened. Bakugo nods, looking crestfallen. I understand. Just think about it, okay? I'll give you all the time you need in the world. As you walked away from him, you couldn't help but feel torn. Part of you wanted to give him another chance, but another part of you is very scared to risk getting hurt again. The next few days are spent in a constant state of confusion as you try to decide what to do. It's not until you're out with your friends that you realize what you want. You're at a bar, laughing and joking with your friends, when you see a couple across the room. They're holding hands and smiling at each other, and something about the way they look at each other makes your heart ache. You suddenly realize that you want that kind of love, the kind of love that makes you feel like you're the only person in the world that matters. And you know that you can't have that with Bakugo if you don't trust him. The next day, you call him. I've made a decision. I want to try again, you say, your voice firm. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.